Hello everyone, welcome to CLAD Funda, and in this video we will cover general knowledge and current affairs section of CLAD examination. So the very theme of our video is how to obtain a good score in GK and current affairs section. General knowledge and current affairs section is a limitless topic. It is constantly evolving. So many things are added on an everyday basis. So it is natural for an aspirant to feel intimidated and sometimes confused because of the vastness of this subject. So in this video we will try to highlight some important areas from where questions can be asked, and will also give some preparation tips so that you can get a good score. In this video, we will discuss three things. First, new pattern of CLAT exam. Second, syllabus. And the third thing is strategy to prepare this subject. So, let's discuss in detail. First, new pattern. New pattern or new syllabus of CLAT examination. So students, if you have gone through the press release of the consortium dated November 21, 2019, then you must be aware of this fact that certain changes in the pattern of CLAT 2020 have been introduced. It means question paper of CLAT 2020 will be based on new pattern. In this video, we have tried to analyze the syllabus as per new additions and modifications. So the first thing is passage based question. Earlier, questions in form of one liner were asked. However, in this section, as per the new changes, you will be provided passages of up to 450 words each. It will be derived from news, journalistic sources, and other non fiction writing. As per the new changes, in GK section, there will be 35 to 39 questions, and 25% weightage have been attached to this section. So this particular section is really important for CLAT aspirants, and definitely it will play a key role in deciding the merits of the candidates. The question may include an examination of legal information or knowledge discussed in or related to the passage. But this question would not require any additional knowledge of the law beyond the passage. We will discuss this point in detail later on. So each passage will be followed by a series of questions that will require you to demonstrate your awareness of various aspects of current affairs and GK, which includes significant contemporary events from India and the world. Next thing is arts and culture, international affairs, and historical events of continuing significance. Next thing is, what is the purpose of changes? So if you see the changes, you will find that they are trying to evaluate the comprehension and reasoning skills and abilities of candidates. Overall, it is designed to be a test of aptitude and skills that are necessary for the legal education. So they are looking for these skills in a future lawyer. They don't want to check your prior knowledge, though prior knowledge is still useful so far as the current affairs section is concerned. So, what should be the approach of a student toward this subject? How one should study and what sources should one refer? So, in this video, we will try to solve all these issues. As we have already discussed the information mentioned on CLAT official website, now we will try to analyze the same in detail. The second thing is syllabus. So, what is the syllabus of general knowledge section? Basically, in this section, we will see what students have to cover in detail. As you all know that the scope of GK is unlimited. It's like an ocean of knowledge. We can never presume that what will come and what will never come. However, we can still select few topics which are really important and must be covered by the students. But before going through those topics, at this point of time, we must know what is static GK and what is dynamic GK. So the facts which are never going to change in the future, those facts would be covered under your static GK portion. For example, the questions like who was the first captain of Indian cricket team, or who was the first president of USA. So these types of question and answer will be covered under static GK portion. Next thing is, what is dynamic GK? Dynamic GK is also known as current affairs. It keeps changing. So if we ask this question, who is the president of USA? So you all know the answer of this question will change after a fixed interval of time, because US is a democratic country, and after every election the president changes. And even if the same person is being re-elected, he won't be a qualified candidate to contest third election, because in US a person cannot be a president more than twice. So this type of question is the part of current affairs. As we have already discussed that, although CLAT doesn't aim to examine your past knowledge, but still this is relevant so far as general knowledge section is concerned. Here, past knowledge means static GK, and it can still play an important role in the sense that although the question will be asked from passage and nothing beyond that, then it means you have to connect current affairs with static portion, and you have to study both the portions simultaneously. For example, if you refer to one of the questions mentioned in the model question paper published by consortium, and in first question of GK section, it's a passage about impeachment proceeding of Trump. It has been mentioned in the passage that Trump is the third US president against whom this proceeding has been initiated. So, in one of the questions related to this passage, it has been asked to choose one person against whom an impeachment proceeding has been initiated in past, and various names have been given. Basically, this is a multiple choice question. So, with the help of this instance, now you must be in a position to understand that if you are reading news article where some past information have also been mentioned related to that particular topic, then that would be important for you for your examination point of view. Now we will look at the various aspects of syllabus and various important topics to study and analyze. So the first important topic is judgment of courts. Judgments passed by the Supreme Court of India and various high courts of different states, these are really important. Various judgments found its place in so many articles and discussions in every newspaper. But you don't have to read that judgment in detail. However, whatever information which have been mentioned in that particular newspaper, that would be sufficient for you. Sometimes legal or constitutional provisions are also mentioned, and you should try to read those legal or constitutional provisions and try to connect those things with the case laws mentioned there. That would be helpful for your examination point of view. Now the next thing is bill or act passed by parliament. Bill means a proposal which has been tabled before the parliament for discussion. However, it has not yet been passed by the parliament or got the assent from the president. So it's the pre-stage of an act in formation, where a bill is passed by both the houses of parliament and also gets the assent of president, then it becomes an act. Any news article mentioning and discussing such new enactments, that would be relevant for the exam. Now the next thing is economic news. So any notifications issued by RBI, economic survey which is published by government before union budget, budget session, announcement of economic package by finance minister, etc., would form important source of information for you. Students have to keep in mind one thing, that they are not supposed to read these news in very depth, but at least they are expected to be aware of what's happening in the country with brief knowledge about important facts and aspects of these topics. So if you know at least the main points of this area, that would be more than sufficient. Next thing is awards. Awards like Nobel Prize, Man Booker Prize, different sports awards are really important. You should try to cover those news. Now the next thing is sports news. So sports events like World Cup, Commonwealth Games, Tennis Grand Slam, these tournaments are these would be helpful for your exam ranks. So many national and international organizations published reports where ranks of countries and organizations are mentioned, depending upon different parameters. For example, Environmental Performance Index by WEF, Inclusive Growth and Development Report by WEF. Here, WEF means World Economic Forum. So these ranks and those reports are really important for you. You should try to cover those news. Now the next thing is issue affecting world. Any issues like widespread of COVID-19 pandemic or environmental news affecting the world at large will be covered under this particular topic. Environment related matter. So depletion of ozone layer, any summit or conference related to environmental issues would be helpful for you from examination point of view. Science. So, if any new invention or discoveries have been made by the scientists, and if there is a news related to this, discoveries or invention, these news are important for a CLAT aspirant. Space development. If new satellites are being launched by ISRO or NASA or new missiles are being tested by DRDO, you should try to cover those news. Arts and literature. So, if a new book has been launched or important awards related to these topics, these are really important for you and you should try to cover those news. Again, I would like to repeat here that if you are reading a newspaper on daily basis, then that would be sufficient for you to cover these topics. Now the next thing is how to study. Once you know that what you have to study, then the next question arises how you have to study. So in this particular slide, we will try to cover this particular area, that is how to study. The first thing is read one newspaper daily. Don't read multiple newspaper because it is wastage of time and energy, and sometimes it will create confusion also. So you can choose one newspaper like the Hindu or the Indian Express. For business news, the Economic Time or any other newspaper you can choose. But proper reading from one source would be sufficient for you. Second thing, note down important points. It will be helpful during your revision. So try to make notes in detail because there won't be one liner question in the exam. Rather, passage based question will be there and nothing would be asked beyond that. And one of the demerits of passage based question is unless or until you have read or you have thorough knowledge of a particular topic, you won't be able to answer a single question. It means you may not be able to attempt 3 to 4 questions based on same topics. Now, next thing is revise your notes on regular basis. So, reading news would have no effect unless or until you are revising the same religiously time and again. Then only you will retain those contents which you have studied. This is one of the important steps in one's preparation. Now the next thing is attempt mock session. So you must attempt mock session provided by different sources. While appearing in this session, you would be able to analyze your preparation, your strength and weakness, and also try to solve model question paper or sample question papers. How to prepare notes. This is our next topic of the next topic. So we have taken two clips and it's the parts of It is a part of one particular news item only, and we have taken this particular news item from the Hindu. We have also provided the link in next slide. So if you read this particular slide, it says that Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on Wednesday said the exercise of consolidation of 10 PSBs into 4 is on course and the merger will come into effect from April 1st, 2020. The Union Cabinet, she said, has given a go ahead for the merger proposal and the government has been in regular touch with these banks. There will be no regulatory issues, she said. Now, in second clip, the mergers are aimed at creating global size banks in India. In the biggest consolidation exercise in the banking space, the government in August 2019 had announced four major mergers of public sector banks, bringing down their total number to 12 from 27 in 2017. A move aimed at making state owned lenders global size banks. Now, the next line is United Bank of India and OBC, that is Oriental Bank of Commerce, will be merged with Punjab National Bank. Syndicate Bank will be merged with Canara Bank, Allahabad with Indian Bank, and Andhra Bank and Corporation Bank will be consolidated with Union Bank of India. And the last line or last para of this particular news item, it says last year Dena Bank and Vizia Bank were merged with Bank of Baroda. Prior to this, the government has merged five associate bank of SBI and Bharatiya Mahila Bank with the State Bank of India. Now we have read the both the clips. Now we will try to understand what points are important for us and how we have to note down those points. So from first part, you have to note down name of the finance minister is Nirmala Sitharaman. Second thing is consolidation of 10 PSVs into 4 banks. Now the next thing is date of implementation of this merger is April 1st, 2020. So date of implementation is equally important for you. From second clip, you can note down following points. First thing is what is the aim of merger? So the aim of this merger is creating global size bank in India. Second thing is United Bank of India and Oriental Bank of Commerce, they will be merged with Punjab National Bank. Next thing is Syndicate Bank will be merged with Canara Bank. Allahabad Bank will be amalgamated with Indian Bank and Andhra Bank and Corporation Bank will be consolidated with Union Bank of India. Next, Dena Bank and Vizia Bank were merged with Bank of Baroda. The last point is five associate bank of SBI and BMB, that is Bharatiya Mahila Bank, they will be merged with State Bank of India. So if you read the last para, you can see that these mergers have already been completed in the past. So these informations are nothing but static GK only, which are important and you have to connect it with current affairs portion. So we can summarize this article by saying that in first phase, five associate banks of SBI and BMB, they were merged with the State Bank of India. Now in second phase, Dena Bank and Vizia Bank were merged with BOB, that is Bank of Baroda. And in third phase which is also the latest one, 10 banks will be merged. So you have to read an article like this and you can prepare your own notes and you have to revise these notes regularly. So after discussing the syllabus, the mode, the manner and the relevant techniques for preparation of GK and current affairs section for CLAT examination, We have reached to the end of first video in this regard, and in the next video we will discuss the other aspects and would try to look into the practice questions for details and precise preparation. Thank you for watching. Wishing you all the best for your exam.